The scenes that I liked best were the ones when Jean-Dal was driving in his cab. I liked them because they were edited very little, actually, and they seemed very raw and up close and personal, not just because of the small environment, but also because those were the times when he would just kind of randomly give us some bits of information, like the scene when he's talking about if you get captured and how you have to wait 72 hours before you can give up any information. I don't think those scenes would have happened were not for them filming him driving around in his cab. We get to see him joking around, and we get to see him being very serious. The actual cover of the film is from one of the scenes when Jean-Dal is in his cab, and it's of him looking into the rear view mirror, and you see his eyes being reflected, and he looks like someone who has a deep, dark secret that he's trying to hide. The text that was inserted throughout the film, not the captions, but the different points of text, I thought that was really effective. For instance, it showed the connection between the two protagonists. There's a scene when you see Jean-Dal's face, and he's behind the text that Salim is writing him in a letter from Guantanamo Bay. The text provided us with a lot of important information, like in the scenes when we were reading lines from the court documents. Since we couldn't see a lot of what was going on in the trial, it was a good way of showing us what was happening. Someone during the Q&A asked Laura if she was ever afraid while she was filming, and she answered really honestly and says that because of her environment and the fact that she wasn't 100% trusting of her subject, Jean-Dal, which is really understandable, that she was afraid at points during the filming. And I think that perspective, her perspective as a director, as a producer, and just as someone who was interacting with Jean-Dal really comes through to the audience in the film, because he's never portrayed in a negative light per se, but there are definitely scenes in which he comes off as very vulnerable and engaging, and then other times when he comes off as kind of shady and very contradictory, like in the scene when he's like, delete what I just said yesterday. And I think her perspective and her point of view on her subject came through to the audience really well in the film, and how he was portrayed in the scenes and the editing that shed light on his true character.